Hey guys, it's Gav. I hope you're all having a lovely day today, and I am here to talk to you about this wonderful game, Dark Souls 2. Now, this is not a review because I'm far too biased for that. Anyone who's following my Twitter will know that I've been ranting and raving about this game for the last month or so, and it's fantastic. I played it on the Xbox and soloed it on the Xbox, and I've been now playing the PC version, and I can definitely say the PC version is the one to get because it runs at a constant 60 frames a second, which makes the combat a lot more fluid and fun, and it also looks a lot better, as you might be able to see. This is the PC version, so the lighting is better, the resolution is higher, the textures are better. It's just all overall a much better experience than the console version. But the console version is still really, really good and better than 99% of games. So the funny thing about Dark Souls for me is a lot of you will know that the biggest video on this channel is me raging and getting angry at Dark Souls 1 because I couldn't play it, because I was terrible at it. Really, really bad at it. Oh, nice dodge, Gav. And that will be most people's experience the first time they play a Souls game is kind of being masochistic and getting tortured for the first few hours. But then something clicks after a few hours. You learn the combat, you learn how it works, and then it gets good to the point where it breaks other games, and other games just don't feel as good. I haven't been able to play another RPG since I got into Dark Souls. I've obviously been able to play them, but they just don't feel as satisfying because they don't have Dark Souls combat. And I don't know if other people feel this way. Maybe leave a comment and let me know if this has happened to you after playing a Souls game, that other adventure or RPGs just don't feel. They're just not Dark Souls. They don't feel as challenging and as good. And you'll see this is a nice example of the way the combat works. These knights, I love fighting these guys. It's like a dance. It's almost balletic, and it's so rhythmical. You circle around each other, you wait for the right time to roll and to dodge. A lot of people are complaining about the way the attacks in this game track you as you move around. Honestly, I don't have a problem with this. It just means you see there, you just have to time your rolls better. To me, I don't have a big issue with this. So I do have an issue with some of the hitboxes because sometimes you'll dodge out of the range of an attack and it'll still hit you, and that can be frustrating when that happens. But it doesn't happen very often, and it only happens with certain enemies, like the Smelter Demon. Oh God, fuck that guy! He's so hard, and not in a good way. And the Ancient Dragon can just go fuck itself, because that's after Bed of Chaos. Ancient Dragon is the second worst enemy in a Souls game ever. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Generally, I love these games. I want to talk a little about the lore in these games. A lot of people don't like the way they do the lore. It's mainly done through item descriptions, reading things, and they don't tell you a lot about the story. I love this myself, to be honest, and it's something that only video games can do, and it's very unique to video games. And here you see me fighting an invader, and these guys pissed me off so much in Dark Souls 1, but for some reason, I don't know if I'm just getting better at the game, but I've been defeating way more other players than they have been defeating me. So that makes me very happy, because I hate when I'm just trying to play and someone invades my game and just annoys me and fucks my shit up. So it's making me happy that I'm invading. I'm not that I'm invading, but that I'm beating the invaders. It makes me very glad. Anyway, getting back to my point. The reason I love the way they do the lore in these games is it's very unique to video games in that you've discovered at your own pace through the environment and reading, and it leaves you fill in the gaps with your imagination, and I love that. Not enough games do that. There's too much obvious trying to be movies almost games these days, and there's nothing wrong with that. I enjoy those kind of games, but every now and again it's lovely to have something that makes you use your imagination, and here's a really good fight, actually. The Mirror Knight, or the Looking Glass Knight rather. Really, really cool fight. Challenging in just the right way, apart from one bullshit attack he has, which no matter how many times I fight him, I can't work out how to dodge one of his electrical attacks. You'll see it in a minute now. But actually, and I would recommend, you can see I'm doing it solo here. I would recommend fighting the bosses solo. I think when you co-op, it can make them just a little bit too easy. I think it kind of breaks the game a little when you do I think this is the attack here. Okay, well, I was standing in his way there, but he does it in a minute, and I was sure I should have been out of range of it. But anyway, I would recommend soloing the bosses. I think it's a better way to do it, because co-oping it, I've tried... I tried on my PC run co-oping a couple of them, and it just made it too easy. One thing that is really fun, though, is if you need to level up, going and helping other people to beat bosses is a really fun way to do that. And you can earn a lot of souls very quickly by doing that. You level up in this game by getting souls, which is basically... It's XP. It's just a fancy way of having XP, but it's also your currency in the game. So there's like this way you have to manage... Oh, nice dodge, Gav. You have to manage your souls between your currency and leveling up, and it's very clever. Anyway, I love this fight. It's a really cool fight. My second favorite in the game, I would think, after The Lost Sinner. I recorded myself soloing The Lost Sinner, and I'm going to upload that as a separate video for you guys, because it was my favorite fight, and I want to talk to you about that separately. Let me see, what else did I want to talk about in this game? The world layout is unfortunately not as cool as it was in Dark Souls 1. They don't have those really amazing interconnecting shortcuts from each place to the next, where you'll be up on a cliff and you'll look down and notice that you're looking at the area you went through 3 hours ago. Sadly, there isn't enough of that in this game compared to Dark Souls 1. And if they're making a 3, I would love that they put that back in, because that was the bullshit attack. Now you could see how it tracked me around in a circle, and I just don't know how I could have dodged that. So every so often something like that will happen in this game, but it's very rare, and generally the combat is second to none for me. I adore the combat in this game so much. I love everything in this game, really. There's so little in it I don't like. I think it looks beautiful, especially on PC. And I could not give you a Dark Souls video, guys, without giving you one of my completely idiotic deaths. So I didn't know that the decapitate gesture here makes you walk forward. So, yeah. Gav, you scrub. You noob, you moron. So I hope you enjoyed that, because honestly, with 25,000 souls in your inventory, that's not something you want to go doing. So anyway, I will talk to you more about this game soon, guys. I hope you have a lovely day, and see you soon. Quick little bonus clip here, guys, because I wanted to take a minute to say thank you to everyone who watched my Dark Souls song that came out last month. It hit 100,000 views in a fortnight, which is the fastest. I think that's the fastest one of my music videos has ever grown on the other channels. So thank you to everyone who watched that, and especially thank you to everyone who bought it, because you guys keep me eating food and keep a roof over my head. So thank you for that. And I will, if you haven't seen the song, I'll put a link in the description to this video. See ya.